The desert was burning under the midday sun, and the air was thick with radio static. Smoke plumes rose from the horizon where the SEAL team was pinned down, outnumbered, outgunned, and running out of time. The commander's voice cracked through the headset, heavy with defeat. "We've lost comms with the air wing, there's no one left up there." But then, a new voice broke through the chaos. Calm, confident, and sharp as steel. "This is Viper 1, sit tight, Commander, I've got eyes on you." No one on the ground knew her name then. No one knew that the woman behind that voice, Captain Elaine Ward, was about to rewrite the story of courage in a single, thunderous storm of fire and steel. Elaine had always been the kind of person people underestimated. In the early days, when she joined the Air Force, whispers followed her through the hangars. "Too small," some said. "Too quiet," others added. "She'll never handle an A-10. The Warthog, the tank-busting legend of the skies, was known for its brutal power and unforgiving controls, and Elaine had been told more than once that it wasn't built for someone like her. But she didn't care. While others bragged about their kill counts, Elaine stayed late after drills, sitting in the cockpit long after sunset, tracing every switch, memorizing every sound. To her, the A-10 wasn't just a machine, it was alive. It was a beast she respected, understood, and, somehow, tamed. Her call sign, Viper, came after a daring training maneuver where she saved her squadron from a mock ambush by diving so low into a canyon that her wingman swore he could see dust scraping her belly. When she emerged on the other side, pulling 5 gigaseconds in a flawless climb, the tower went silent before one voice whispered, "That woman flies like a Viper." Months later, fate tested that name. A covert SEAL operation deep inside hostile territory had gone wrong. The extraction team was ambushed. The valley they were trapped in was crawling with enemy armor, tanks, trucks, anti-air positions. The SEAL commander, Lieutenant Cole Ramsey, had already lost 2 men. Air support had been grounded after the lead aircraft was hit. The radio chatter was grim. "This mission's over," someone said. "We're not getting out." That's when Elaine, monitoring the frequency from a base 200 miles away, heard the distress call. She looked at her grounded A-10, refueled but tagged as unavailable, because the command had officially called off the mission. Everyone else believed it was suicide to go in. But Elaine didn't ask for permission. She only whispered to herself, "Not while they're still breathing." She strapped in, powered up the engines, and the Warthog roared to life like a waking monster. As she lifted off the runway, the ground crew stared, speechless. They all knew, she was flying into hell. By the time she arrived, the SEALs had almost lost their last defensive line. The commander's voice came through the static, calm but hollow. "Whoever you are, I hope you've got a miracle." Alina's eyes narrowed. "Miracle? No, Commander, I've got a Warthog." Then, the sky exploded. Her first strafing run shredded the lead convoy. The enemy's anti-air fire lit up the sky, but Elaine danced through it, diving, rolling, using terrain like she was born in the cockpit. The A-10's iconic GAU-8 Avenger cannon screamed, that deep, thunderous growl of 7 barrels spitting 30mm rounds at 4,000 per minute. The ground shook as steel met fire. Cole and his men couldn't believe their eyes. "Who the hell is that pilot?" One SEAL gasped as a missile launcher erupted in flames just meters from their position. "That," Cole said, eyes wide, "is someone who doesn't know how to give up." For 40 minutes, Elaine turned the valley into a storm. Her ammunition ran low, but she refused to leave. She switched to precision maneuvers, forcing the enemy into crossfire traps, drawing them away from the SEALs. She took a hit to her right wing, alarms blared, flames licked the edge of her fuselage, but she held steady, gritting her teeth through the turbulence. "Viper 1, you're hit." The controller screamed through comms. "Yeah," Elaine said, voice calm. "But so are they." She looped around one last time, diving low enough that the trees bent under her wake. She unleashed her final rounds on the last enemy armor column, and when the smoke cleared, silence fell. The valley was nothing but wreckage and dust. "Commander," she said softly over the radio, "your ride's clear." When the rescue choppers arrived, the SEAL team stood in stunned silence watching Alina's A-10 limp back toward the horizon, one wing scorched, paint stripped by gunfire. Later, back at the base, Cole Ramsey personally went to see her. She was sitting by the aircraft, wiping soot off the nose art, a simple emblem of a silver snake. He stopped a few feet away. "You disobeyed a direct command," he said. Elaine didn't look up. "Would you rather I hadn't?" The corner of his mouth twitched. not quite a smile, but close. Then, without a word, he raised his hand and saluted her. The entire hangar went still. A SEAL commander saluting an Air Force captain, it wasn't protocol, but it was respect. From that day, the story spread through every base in the region. The pilot who flew through hell alone. The one who didn't wait for orders to save 44 men. The one who made even a SEAL commander salute. Years later, when young recruits asked about Viper 1, old pilots would smile and say, she didn't fly the A-10, she became it. When the sky needed thunder, she brought the storm. And as for Elena, she never sought glory. Her only answer, when asked why she did it, was always the same.